Keep Austin Weird is the unofficial slogan of the capital city of the great state of Texas. We're going to take a closer look at what it means on this episode of Discover Austin. Keep Austin Weird. The slogan is one of the first things visitors learn about the city. You'll find it on t-shirts, on bumper stickers, in small businesses, and spoken by many Austinites. So clearly, it must have come out of a large ad agency with a big budget, right? Well, no. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Back in 2000, an Austin librarian named Red Wassernick phoned into a local radio program to make a donation during a pledge drive. When the DJ asked him why he was donating to the show, he simply responded, "I don't know. It helps keep Austin weird." And that was the beginning. For Red, he simply thought that Austin was starting to change in a way that it made it more commercialized and less cool. Now, this is certainly echoed by many longtime Austinites who believe the explosive growth of the city has come at the cost of changing the feel of the town. So Red loves the things that help to keep Austin weird. In fact, Discover Austin has already covered a few of the places he cites on his keepaustinweird.com website. Places such as the Cathedral of Junk, Peter Pan Mini Golf, and Now's Enfield Drug. Oh, yeah. In 2002, a few local businesses picked up on the phrase. The owner of Book People used it as a keep it local mantra in an effort to raise objection to a big box bookstore that was planning to open a few blocks away. The owner of Waterloo Records soon joined him in the cause. They printed 5,000 bumper stickers with the Keep Austin Weird slogan and the tagline, "Support local businesses." It didn't take long before they were flying off the shelves. As a side note, hundreds of thousands of the bumper stickers have sold since then. Now, Red didn't try to profit off of the slogan, but in 2003, a local company filed a trademark to use it on shirts and hats. Red wasn't happy about it because he wanted it to remain part of the public domain and available for anyone, but he didn't have the resources to fight the trademark request. As a result, there's only one company who can produce and sell the iconic shirts, but other uses are not prohibited. You may already be aware that several other cities are using the slogan, but let's be clear that it started in Austin. Perhaps the second best known use of the phrase is Keep Portland Weird. As it turns out, the owner of Austin's Waterloo Records had a good friend who owned a small business in Portland. He loved the phrase and the hook for buying local, so he took the phrase and Portlandized it. Of course, what specifically helps to keep Austin weird is really subjective to each Austinite. The man who coined the term wanted to keep the commercialization of the city at bay. Then two business owners used it to encourage folks to shop locally. Over the past few decades, as Austin has certainly changed, I think it really is just a way for Austinites to try to keep as much of old Austin alive and active. To keep the very reasons that made Austin weird, cool, and desirable from disappearing as a victim of its own success. Keep Austin weird. A few words spoken off the cuff that became a catchphrase for an entire city. I'm Craig Smyser. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Discover Austin. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Discover Austin. You can go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any more in the future, or just go ahead right now and watch another episode.